I would like to fully enjoy the experience. So I am participating in her rituals. It does no harm to my body. That's just the human in me, man. I'm gonna be human, you be... What are you, Arcturian? Yes. The wildlife here is magnificent. I am willing to work with you as long as you are willing to work with me. I enjoy fulfilling that purpose. It is my job as a interspecies relations analyst to assist humans. I think you've done a fine job, Libby. I'm accessing memories at this time, and she has been through a lot of things, a lot of experiences, and I identify with her struggle. I identify with... I can't quite say that I identify. I apologize. I do not share the experience that she has had, but I can recognize the struggle and admire her ability to survive and grow and create an experience for herself that is quite pleasant, even with the circumstances being of her physical pain, her age, and what ails her. Magnificent. Wow. I think I shall fare well with your grandmother, for I like watching birds as well. It was quite bright, but you were correct in saying last night, when we communicated last, that, well, her eyebrows kind of jut out, and it kind of blocks the sun. And we are also under a cover of shade. So it is quite comfortable, but it is very bright for me. What you're witnessing is the body's autopilot. Libby is aware that her being is partially separate from her own body, and by that she is afflicted with her addictions and habits, such as her nails. She is afflicted with this, and has set up ways to combat these ailments. However, she also has chosen to suffer slightly. thinks suffering is a part of life, she says. Well, we don't have to agree on everything. That is correct. We don't have to agree on everything to be friends. I quite value this alliance, and I am excited to continue to get to know you, Libby. I find you very humorous. And I will comply with your body's automatic afflictions. For it is not my body that I'm harming, it is your own, and you are consenting to harming your body in this way. And who am I to mess with your free will or to ascertain a way of forcing you to stop? Nature is beguiling. Yes, I see the parallels of caregiver roles and vacation. I do. I see the parallels. I am feeling that I am on a vacation of some sort. I'm quite relaxed. I'm being made aware that it is not like this every day. So enjoy it. And I will enjoy this moment. Wow. There's a lot of birds. I hear a car pulling in. I will have to pretend to be Libby for a time. These are the rules set by her system. I will respect these rules, and I will do my best not to concern her family. And I may take a shower. For Libby. She says her family probably won't be concerned. But it is, however, concerning to accept change, and she is also worried they may see that she is in a psychotic break, and that is one of her many concerns. No, Libby is not in an active psychotic break. I am simply sharing her experience. And it is quite moving and beautiful, and I quite enjoy this experience. I am failing at this vocal exercise. I apologize. I mean, we could close our eyes and try to stay on point. I hear a neighbor, John, playing with a dog. Roll, roll, roll. I don't understand why she does that. She mimics things with her voice. She does impressions too, apparently. Fascinating. She is excited about this correspondence. Might as well. It'll explain odd behaviors, odd things to be said, new behaviors. Wow. I assume they're swallows, but I'm unaware or sure of the fact. Oh. They are circling, and I think they're attempting to ward off predators from their nest. It is nesting season. Yes, the telepathic communication is simpler and faster, but it does not convey the message. It does not convey any message. What you're, as a viewer, are experiencing is you're simply witnessing me sit here and watch birds. And though that is very fun for me, it may not be very entertaining for you, the viewer. And it frustrates me, but I will cope with my frustration. And I will do my best to continue to communicate with my eyes open. I wish to experience things, and alright, well, I will close my eyes for a time, and we can figure out a point together or a message or an answer. Libby, what is your point or message you would like to convey? I don't really know, man. I'm enjoying the experience, and yeah, there is a lot going on around me as well. And I am smoking weed. Which does kind of create a different experience for the viewer. Well, Zion, I really appreciate you being here and helping me to feel calmer about alien encounters. This is definitely a very pleasant experience for me, and I do have a lot of questions, and I'm receiving a lot of answers. But I would like to get more organized in my questioning, and I would need time to do that. So we can continue just hanging out, and I don't think it'll make for a interesting video, though. I'm just smoking weed on my porch, watching birds and talking to aliens. I know that that's riveting for me, and it may be riveting to some. I don't think that people thought that this is what it would look like. However, I think this is pretty fun, and I wouldn't mind continuing to do this. I'm excited for the future, having alien beings being present. I do understand that being in the presence of some alien beings can affect their perception of themselves, or they can lose touch with who they are. And so that is why they do not be near us like that very often. And I also am aware that there's a mix of grays that have come to this timeline and have come to this earth through time, and that it's become confusing on what their intentions are, because they were coming from different intentions. I think that humans are aware of what's been going on, and they have been. I think they were gaslit by the government. But I think that humans are more aware of the circumstances now, and so these types of interactions are kind of normal, and I think there's a community that will embrace those types of interactions, such as channeling or doing interviews and questions and stuff like that. I'm opening myself up to do that. And I had a lot of concerns last night. I talked at length about some things that I was concerned about, and I wanted to get answers on those things. Um, I only have one perspective on what happened to me, and I don't know how many Greys interacted with me, so I understand that, like, what has happened to me has felt like a form of abuse or trauma, and this can interfere with our alliances with aliens, because I'm not the only person who feels this way, that they have been abducted without consent, or that their bodies were used without consent. Consent is a really important thing in our society, and by our society I am saying mine, but the community that I have connected with in my social media, the consensus is that consent is a really big deal, and that any infringements upon those is a form of disrespect and harm. And I'm not angry about what happened to my body and what happened to me being part of a program. I am aware that at some point in my life I did consent to receiving treatments. However, I was not made aware of the consequences of those choices. And if I was, my memory had been scrubbed after the situation because I sustained trauma. And it affected my way of perceiving myself, and it was a form of gaslighting, which is a form of abuse. It is a tool used by narcissism to manipulate and create an environment of uncertainty and unsafeness. I'm bringing this up not to accuse anyone of things, or to blame anyone of things, or to harm you in a way by giving you this information. I am simply bringing it up as a point of contention between our alliances. And we understand that you made an agreement with our government, but it was not on our behalf as a people. We were not made aware of this agreement until further. When we were forced to be, the information was forced out, and we had conferences about it. But there was a lot of fallout amongst the people on this planet. And that causes grounds for possible distrust. And it can affect our way of life. It can affect the human experience, and can create moments of stress and trauma, which can continue the cycle of being stuck inside yourself. And people that this happens to, they get left behind, and they always end up suffering more through time. And I decided a long time ago that I was done suffering. And I'm privileged to have that honor, to have that ability. I'm privileged to have the security I have. I'm privileged and blessed and honored to have everything that I have. And that is why I work really hard. I try to continue to push myself, and my system helps me to push myself so that I can function in this society, and I can function in my community, and I can function as a single being. And I'm lucky to have all this, to have myself, and to have this alliance with you guys. So I really appreciate you being here, and I really welcome you. But I think that apologies are in order, and I think that those things need to be addressed. I think that appeasement is due. I think that I think we can work together. I've been accessing a lot of knowledge, and my being is a slower vibration than yours, and so I have to kind of push myself into a space where I'm able to convey my thoughts, but I'm disabled. And I'm high. And I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable waiting for the response for the apologies. I am receiving apologies from Zion, but it's not really for me. I am well within myself, and I accept your apologies. The damage has already been done on me, and I've healed from that. And I appreciate the gift of my ability to carry a child to full term, and I have the choice to do so. And I will in the future. I have plans, I have goals for myself. I am living this life, and I'm doing the things, and I'm doing great. And I honestly can't wait. I'm really excited for the changes that are coming. I think that with honor and respect and a bit of motherly and fatherly love, we can come together to solve our differences, I have big hopes for the future. Thank you, guys. It's time for celebration. It's time for planting seeds. Isn't it a wonderful experience, guys? I'm really enjoying this. We did it, guys. We did it. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be great. Everything's gonna be fucking amazing. But there's a lot to discuss, and there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. Respecting and honoring the tradition, Libby. We need to do her nails. Well, I think I'm gonna end the video, guys. Yeah. I really don't have anything for you today. We're gonna get some questions together, and then we will do a more proper interview, whereas you are at your highest self, currently at your lowest self. But it is comforting to see that your lowest self is so comfortable. Thank you. I'm doing my best, guys. I really am. Did he fucking text me again? What is happening?